Oh, good morning, wakey, wakey. Happy Saturday. Fuck yeah, we made it. Hopefully you slept good last night. I slept incredible, man. Felt like I was kicked back in a recliner, snooze-a-palooza. I can get off here and see some pipe skate art. You. All right, let's go outside, see what it looks like. Yeah, come on. Okay, it's, I'm not gonna call it cool out. It's cooler, wet, light steamy. So I think once the sun comes out and dries everything up, we might have a nice fucking day. So I'm patient. I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna go chill, finish folding my laundry, make some breakfast. Time for that shit. Good morning, wakey, wakey, yeah. Cheers to the healers. Yeah, I've been up and out and moving around and realized my calves are just sore. Like, they're never sore like this. And it's gotta be from breaking in the Birkenstocks. I'm just now feeling it today. But, oh yeah, they're sore, so. Might have to keep skating a disciplinary action today. I'm not sure. Maybe if I get on my bike and start pedaling, they'll loosen up, but definitely need to move.
With a little time, they will flow back to the areas where they're needed, sometimes with the help of active sodium and potassium pumps. So if you pause and rest, muscle fatigue will subside as these ions replenish throughout the muscle. The more regularly you exercise, the longer it takes for muscle fatigue to set in each time. That's because the stronger you are, the fewer times this cycle of nerve signal from the brain to contraction in the muscle has to be repeated to lift a certain amount of weight. Fewer cycles means slower ion depletion. So as your physical fitness improves, you can exercise for longer at the same intensity. Many muscles grow with exercise, and larger muscles also have bigger stores of ATP and a higher capacity to clear waste, pushing fatigue even farther into the future.
All right, we'll see you when that sun comes up. Wakey, wakey. Wishing your Saturday to be incredible. Woo, the muscle soreness is real. Oh, but here comes that classic comfort. Oh, yeah. Twinkle toes.
We can just say this. Nobody is going to get beat up because you stepped on my Birkenstocks.
It's engineered for comfort. So when I talk about the term footbed, it actually is a bed for your foot. It's anatomically and orthopedically correct.
The more you live life, the more you ask. And the more you ask, the faster the energy moves. And the faster the energy moves, the more important it is that you move with the energy. But most people, the faster the energy moves, they don't keep up with the faster moving energy because they've been listening to the people who also haven't been keeping up with the faster moving energy. So then people say things to you like, well, life isn't supposed to be easy and it gets harder and harder and Rolls Royces don't grow on trees and things of that nature until you develop these patterns of thought that just hinder you from what you want. And so then what this gathering is about is catching yourself in the act of the hindering thought and recognizing it because viscerally it just feels off, and then chewing on the thought that feels off until it doesn't feel so off.
All right, you ready? All right, Mr. Sun's almost up. Yeah, last time my calves felt like this is when I got out of the hospital. You know, starting to walk again. And that growing soreness, that's what they feel like. This is the sorest they've been since then. So, I may need to force myself to stay off the board today because all I'm going to do is strain my calves. And try to save it for tomorrow. Ooh, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, programming that sleep in that new bed too. Fuck, slept so good. Don't fart on you. Good morning, Mr. Sun. That's what I'm talking about. All right, I got us a couple laps around the neighborhood. He's up, get him. Get him, Mike, get him. Yeah, he's over there. All right, yeah, I'm gonna play it safe and just chilled this morning and let my legs rest, I guess. Definitely want to be able to skate tomorrow. It's part of getting stronger. It's having patience. Morning assessment. Needed relief before the walk, need relief after the walk. And I'm gonna get a stretch on and push all this soreness out. And then I'm gonna go soak in the bath. Just so I can treat these muscles. Yeah, my calves feel exactly like they did, like right after I got out of the hospital, you know, because I didn't walk for a week and not using those muscles. Those are the muscles that I'm feeling right now. They're different, you know, my other leg muscles are just used to the way that I do things. And now wearing the Birkenstocks, walking, you know, you have all these different ergonomical pressure points correcting your mechanics, and you know, I'm now walking smoother, straighter, maybe less of a limp, I don't know, but that's what I'm feeling. So hey, no biggie, I did it to myself, you know, but it felt good, and I won't have to really go through it again. Once this soreness is done, you know, I probably won't have that soreness anymore. All right, the other thing I'm doing is getting some extra hydration. Got a raspberry element, sodium, potassium, magnesium. Cheers. Oh man, so good. I like to show you guys the healing process of my day, you know, the recovery. And you know, the things that I do that make me feel good. And in order to make me feel good to skate, I have to rest. Yeah, I don't feel good to skate right now. Up here, yeah, I want to skate, but my legs are like, if I do it, I'm not gonna be able to skate tomorrow, and the whole day today is just gonna be sore and half-ass, and me going, fuck, I wish I would have just saved it for tomorrow because I probably wouldn't be sore. So I've already learned my lesson, and I'm patient, you know. So that's the kind of stuff I like sharing, to help anybody become more patient. You know, if you can become more patient, you can become anything. So yeah, today's just patiently sore. You know, we'll gladly you know, attend to all the needs of the body and give it what it needs, and hopefully tomorrow it gives us back what we need. So that's the trade-off. That doesn't make sense? Go back to the first video that I started in this series called How to Rebuild Yourself, and start there, and implement your daily discipline, not on what I do and how I do it, but because I'm doing it. You know, I'm showing you that I'm doing it, so you figure out your own plan, build it, and abide by it. You know, make your daily discipline. Cheers. All right, let's get this fucking stretch on and really get in tune with the body.
Leave it overnight. I'll get the job done right.
Oh, man. Oh, good stretch, good stretch. Holy fuck. Here's the conclusion to the outcome of blood flow. I am sore everywhere. Basically, normally what I would feel on Friday didn't hit me till Saturday. Like my whole body, everything. Push-ups were hard. Planking was hard. Everything was hard. And I didn't even want to do it. Like, definitely wasn't motivated to do it. Didn't say that before, but that's how I felt. I'm glad I did it, because I feel way better now. But goddamn, am I sore. Fuck. My shoulders, back, biceps, arms, forearms, like everything. I feel ripped and torn.
You're lifting weights. The first time feels easy, but each lift takes more and more effort until you can't continue. Inside your arms, the muscles responsible for the lifting have become unable to contract. Why do our muscles get fatigued? We often blame lactic acid or running out of energy, but these factors alone don't account for muscle fatigue. There's another major contributor: the muscle's ability to respond to signals from the brain. To understand the roots of muscle fatigue, it helps to know how a muscle contracts in response to a signal from a nerve. These signals travel from the brain to the muscles in a fraction of a second via long, thin cells called motor neurons. The motor neuron and the muscle cell are separated by a tiny gap, and the exchange of particles across this gap enables the contraction. On one side of the gap, the motor neuron contains a neurotransmitter called acetylcholine. On the other side, charged particles, or ions, line the muscle cell's membrane, potassium on the inside and sodium on the outside. In response to a signal from the brain, the motor neuron releases acetylcholine, which triggers pores on the muscle cell membrane to open. Sodium flows in and potassium flows out. The flux of these charged particles is a crucial step for muscle contraction. The change in charge creates an electrical signal called an action potential that spreads through the muscle cell, stimulating the release of calcium that's stored inside it. This flood of calcium causes the muscle to contract by enabling proteins buried in the muscle fibers to lock together and ratchet towards each other, pulling the muscle tight. The energy used to power the contraction comes from a molecule called ATP. ATP also helps pump the ions back across the membrane afterward, resetting the balance of sodium and potassium on either side. This whole process repeats every time a muscle contracts. With each contraction, energy in the form of ATP gets used up. Waste products like lactic acid are generated, and some ions drift away from the muscle's cell membrane, leaving a smaller and smaller group behind. Though muscle cells use up ATP as they contract repeatedly, they are always making more. So most of the time, even heavily fatigued muscles still have not depleted this energy source. And though many waste products are acidic, fatigued muscles still maintain pH within normal limits, indicating that the tissue is effectively clearing these wastes. But eventually, over the course of repeated contractions, there may not be sufficient concentrations of potassium, sodium, or calcium ions immediately available near the muscle cell membrane to reset the system properly. So even if the brain sends a signal, the muscle cell can't generate the action potential necessary to contract. Even when ions like sodium, potassium, or calcium are depleted in or around the muscle cell, these ions are plentiful elsewhere in the body. With a little time, they will flow back to the areas where they're needed, sometimes with the help of active sodium and potassium pumps. So if you pause and rest, muscle fatigue will subside as these ions replenish throughout the muscle. The more regularly you exercise, the longer it takes for muscle fatigue to set in each time. That's because the stronger you are, the fewer times this cycle of nerve signal from the brain to contraction in the muscle has to be repeated to lift a certain amount of weight. Fewer cycles means slower ion depletion. So as your physical fitness improves, you can exercise for longer at the same intensity. Many muscles grow with exercise, and larger muscles also have bigger stores of ATP and a higher capacity to clear waste, pushing fatigue even farther into the future.
Let's stay loose and getting that Epsom salt hot bath. And go chill in my new bed. Yeah, put my feet up with a remote control. All right.
What I'm talking about is process.
Yes.
When I'm talking about crushing, I'm talking about process.
Wow.
I'm talking about submitting yourself to the process, because that is respect. Yes. To commit yourself to the process means you respect the artistry of the calling.
Come on.
When you put the work in and the labor in and the commitment in and all of the sacrifice into it, that means you respect it.
If you're trying something hard, you just kind of hit this like it point before you try it, to where you're just like, you've arranged all these people to be there. You said you were going to do it. You don't want to do it because you're scared, but you're committed, and so you have to basically just force yourself and just go, I don't care if the worst case scenario happens. I have to go like right now and just get it over with.
He can endure pain so well.
It's just like, for how big it was steep, so it's just like a fireman's pole, just like into the ground.
He will try shit till he cannot walk. that was like the biggest thing I took from them. Just like, oh, like the best in the world don't just land shit.
It's hilarious what skateboarding did to me as far as like make me a psycho when I was doing it, because I don't have that real rage in me anymore ever. There's something about physically exhausting yourself and wanting something so bad that like will make you snap when you see it kind of going away.
He really kind of puts off this vibe of like, don't talk to me, don't look at me. But that also really attracts people's interest.
He told me before, like he always lived the same way his friends did, to where he'd like live in like similar, like the same spots, eat the same food, drink the same like shitty cheap beer, and like do that, except he was like saving his money and investing it in different things.
And do you know some of the things he invested in?
I mean, it was like properties, a lot of stocks.
He buys candy after Halloween because it goes on sale. That's like sort of like MO, you know? And that put him in a good position to retire. I think so, yeah.
You know, just milking it, which he totally could have, and everybody actually told him he could have. Like, we will pay you to do nothing and just be you. So he said no. I just personally took it as like, damn, that's a gangster way to go out. Is just say like, no free money. Like, I'd buy
Dagner Pipe.
right now.
To me, it's kind of admirable and awesome to just say, you know what, like, I'm taking no money, therefore I have to do nothing. Whatever I do now, skating-wise, is for myself, and, you know, that's awesome. That's great. I mean, clearly I didn't follow this because I still have a board out right now, and I barely skate anymore, so, go figure, but...
I don't want to think that I was like ever like an adrenaline junkie. I think that's just kind of like a lot of people that associate with that term kind of just suck. I think my whole life was about like accomplishing something on a skateboard, where a trick, a video part, or something, like something to look forward to that you're doing.
So what's interesting, Paul, is we're seeing her try the lip slide, which was a best trick yesterday for her to start off her run.
Right, and as you mentioned, she can't go back and do that in best tricks, so then what's the next trick?
She's got something else up her sleeve for us. That was a bad slam. Pamela is so tough.
Wow, that could have been so much worse.
Ouch. All right, time to get up and go make some fuel. All right. Yeah, just been resting my feet up. Enjoying the bed. Time to make some nail burgers. Package opening. Oh yeah, what's for lunch? Nail burgers. Green beef, jalapenos, and onions. Oh, you ready for this nail burger? Oh boy. Oh boy. And my nail burger. Yummy fucking yummy.
So good.
Yeah. So fucking good. God damn. Another box opening. Hydration at its finest. Ooh.
Get there.
Got my watermelon and citrus hydration packets. Whoa. Got a cooler breeze. Cheers. Hydration. You see that nail burger I made for me and Dad for lunch? God damn, it was so good. Put us both in food comas. I told Dad, I was like, yeah, I'm the sorest I've been all week. And I'm just gonna use today and rest, heal. And it's the coolest, most beautiful day we've had all summer. And I've just been resting. It's like, but I'm not mad at it, you know? I'm not mad at it at all. Like, I'm healing. I feel better than I did this morning, muscle-wise. My shoulders, my chest, my back, like all of it. It's crazy how it took really 4 days to settle. That's the longest it's taken to hit me. Normally it's Friday, I feel like this. So I expect tomorrow I'll be feeling pretty damn good. Kyle just texted me. He's been sick for 2 weeks now. So I haven't been around him. But he's overcoming his illness, and thank goodness, man. So yeah, we might be skating tomorrow. Save it for that. Mr. Hawk is flying. Oh, cheers. Yeah, cheers to healers. Some Bubba Kush. Oh, man. I'm going to kick my feet up, enjoy this, and trim the fat off today's edit. See what we got. See what I can give you to motivate you. You know, I'm not really doing anything today to motivate you, but, you know, I did move. I did try. Alright, I hope your Saturday has been incredible. I hope you are getting to do anything and everything that you wanted to do this weekend. Even if it's resting, you know, you gotta listen to your body. If your body's just worn out from the work week, you need a day to yourself, just take it, you know, just take it. It's the best thing you can do for your mental health, you know. Let your body catch up to your mind. Your mind's always trying to run everything, and you're just worn and run the fuck down. Like, gotta take breaks. Trust me, I didn't take a break for 20 years, and it wore me the fuck down. So don't get worn the fuck down, alright? Alright, we'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, Sunday fun day. Maybe watching that sunrise at the beach, hopefully. That'd be sick. You. Have a good one.
We now have Tropical Storm Ian, which will eventually be heading toward the U.S., potentially as a major hurricane. For now, it's a tropical storm with top sustained winds of 45 miles per hour. Hurricane watches are up for the Cayman Islands. From there, it'll move over Cuba, where it could have disastrous results, then entering into the Gulf, growing stronger along the way. So once it moves past Cuba and it's in the warm waters of the Gulf, it'll grow even stronger. This will likely be a major hurricane as it heads toward the Florida coast. So if you live anywhere along the west coast of Florida and the Panhandle, you should be making preparations now.
Last meal, sweet potato anabolic protein pancakes. 1 sweet potato, 1 scoop athletic greens, 1 scoop of cinnamon toast crunch protein powder, 1 egg, egg whites, and a little bit of coconut flour. Yummy fucking yummy. Ooh, yummy, yummy. You know I'm dipping that in some PB too. Oh my god. So fucking good. Tastes like a little Debbie oatmeal pie. With no oatmeal. So moist. I feel like I'm growing today.